She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bianca and welcome to my Beauty and Astrology Channel. And you know, I usually have a whole little spiel to say, but I know y'all saw that intro that I just had. I know y'all just saw the intro. My best friend made that intro for me. I know, it's so cute. She made it for me and she making her own intro for her own YouTube channel because it is coming soon. Coming to a YouTube near you. So yeah, so that's very exciting. Really had to just stop and pause and talk about my intro before I really said what I had to say because, oh, I just replay it just to look at myself like, wow, this is such a cute intro. Who's a YouTuber? I'm a YouTuber. And on this channel, on this YouTube channel, with this YouTuber, you will enjoy learning about astrology while I do something on my face to make me look more pretty than I already am. So if beauty or astrology interests you, then continue watching this video. And if you like this video, go ahead and like it and leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, as well as go ahead and watch more of my videos, and then you can like and comment on those as well. Isn't that amazing? So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So you guys already know the deal. I do not have my glasses nor my contacts in, so please excuse me if I squint. I do not know why I haven't really been feeling like putting on my contacts or my glasses. Like, I don't want to see, I guess. I don't want to see my own pretty face, I guess. I don't know. This is like a little side note, y'all. It's been so long since I have put on primer like this and felt how smooth my face was. Do not worry, a skincare routine is coming soon. So today, what are we going to be talking about? We are going to be talking about the last set of Saturn signs, which are fixed Saturn signs. So that is going to be including Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Amazing. You know, timestamp will always be posted. I always recommend that you watch the whole thing because I drop gems on each sign throughout, really. But this CoverFx powder, it smells like tea. Regular tea, like tea that you warm up, like Lipton tea. That's exactly what it smells like. But anywho, we're gonna do what we always do, which is have a quick little Saturn refresher and recap on what Saturn really represents in your chart. So Saturn in your chart can represent limits and structures and rules and boundaries, and how you decide your rules and your structures and boundaries, and what you try to organize in your life and what you try to put bounds on in your life. What do you want to put bounds on or put in a box? It can also represent authority. It can also represent authority figures and how you view authority figures, how you react to authority figures, how you respond to authority figures. And it's also going to represent how you yourself will act in authoritative roles. You know, Saturn is also about teaching us lessons. Saturn is always going to be trying to teach you something. Okay, Saturn is also the karma planet. You know, it's all about being fair and getting what you deserve. So if you put in the work, you'll get what you deserve, and if you don't, then you'll get what you deserve. Nothing. Saturn is also about what you try to take responsibility for. Maybe you try to take responsibility for other people, maybe you try to take responsibility for the physical plane or emotions. You try to take what you want to be responsible for in your life. When it comes to Saturn, it's very important that you don't get caught in Saturn's illusions. it's very important to remember that the things that Saturn rules, which are like structures and rules and all those other things, are very man-made. We're the ones who sat there and said, hey, this is illegal. Hey, kids have to go to school. Hey, this is what's going on. This is the rules that you cannot break here. So representative of the fact that things can change, you know? Because it wasn't always a law that kids through a certain age had to go to school. It wasn't always a thing until we made it one. So it's man-made. So even though we have now made it a rule, nothing is stopping it from not being a rule anymore. Nothing is really stopping it from not being a law. It's very man-made, and anything man-made can be destroyed, can be changed. And it's really important to not get too into the illusion of Saturn. Now, I also do not want any of y'all young folks sitting there and saying, Bianca said I don't have to go to school. That's not what I'm saying. It's still a law. If you don't go to school, your parents will still get arrested for negligence. Don't look at me. I think I also wanted to mention that Saturn is a very physical planet. It's very focused on the physical things that you can touch and taste and feel. So with that being said, that's basically all I wanted to include for my Saturn recap. If you're interested, I will link my full Saturn video up at the top so you can get into that. That will be very exciting for you. So without further ado, we will get right into the placement and talking about how they'll be expressed in your chart if you have them. I think I want to say like an overview of fixed Saturns. Very strict in their rules, very into rigid rules. I think Saturn overall enjoys being in fixed signs just because it offers a rigidity. It's like it's always going to be the same response to certain things, you know? Like whether it's you broke the rule, here's the punishment, or hey, I don't really care that you broke the rule, here's the whatever. I think it's just very stable for Saturn. So we're gonna go off with Taurus Saturn. You remember Taurus is an earth sign. Saturn enjoys earth signs. And Taurus is literally a very tactile earth sign. It's very much about physicalities and materialistic things and things you can touch and feel. It's very into tangible things. Taurus Saturns are very into working hard so that you can have physical things, have your physical needs met. So making sure that you're able to have a roof over your head, water, food, clothes on your back, a car, being able to be comfortable. You're working very hard so that you can have the comfortable lifestyle that you want. You want to be able to live as comfortably as possible. So that's what your like real end goal is. And you know, Taurus, you've got that Venus influence. So you really want to have the finer things in life, but you also understand, hey, in order to get the finer things in life, I have to work hard for it. So I'm going to work hard to get these things. But also, Taurus is a very pleasurable planet. Like, it's all about pleasure. Like, it's ruled by Venus. Come on. But Saturn is not about that. Saturn will suck the fun out of anything, suck the joy out of life. And it turns that Taurus Saturn into a very, hey, I have to work. I have to constantly be working. I can't stop working because I don't want to give up my comfortability. And it's like, no, you don't have to over stress yourself in that way. You know, it's okay. You don't really want to take breaks. You're all work, no play. Makes Jack a dull boy, but that is your life, dull. It's with Taurus Saturns. You struggle to take breaks and take vacations because you feel like once you relax, that's it, that's over. You've already lost all your money, boom, I'm poor. That's not how it works. You need to take time, take breaks to rejuvenate yourself and to relax and actually enjoy the fruits of your labor, because a Taurus Saturn, you guys will be successful. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, obviously look at the rest of the chart, but Taurus Saturns do have an innate ability to be successful in life because of your work ethic. Which is funny because of how much people think that Tauruses are lazy. Because you have a very strong willpower, remember that earthness. So you're really going to go after what you want. You're not gonna stop. Remember that Taurus, earth fixed energy, you're just a bulldozer, bulldozing anything that's in your path, anything that's in your way. But remember how I said earth signs lack the perspective. So you don't understand that you can take a break, you know? You want money and material things. You fear being without. You fear lacking something. You fear lacking wealth. You fear being poor. You fear poverty. Like, it's Saturn also talks about your fears. I don't know if I've mentioned this in any videos, but Saturn talks a lot about what you fear in life. And you may fear not having money, and you may also fear being lonely. Remember that Venus energy. You do want a one-on-one relationships with people. And when it comes to rules, you're gonna abide by them. You're like, the rules are in place for a reason, let me abide by them. You're kind of a square. You're not gonna go outside of the box. When you become an authority figure, or when you enter an authoritative role, you will be stubborn, you will be rigid, and you'll say, hey, this is my way or the highway. You said, this is my rule, this is my structure, abide by it or leave. Abide by it or get out. Taurus Saturns are not really leeway givers when it comes to their rules and their structures. They said, I said what I said. These are my rules. Don't try and convince me that I want to change my rules, because I don't. And I'm not going to. I think the overall lesson is to learn how to play, learn how to take breaks and enjoy the wealth that you have gotten. Don't, like, what's the point in working hard just to not enjoy what you've made and created? When it comes to like any sicknesses you might have, remember that Taurus rules the throat. So sore throats, colds, coughs, just always feel like you gotta clear your throat. Even some places say thyroid problems maybe. And yeah, so that's all I really had to say about Taurus. We can go ahead to Leo. So Leo, Saturn is in detriment in Leo. Saturn doesn't really like to be here. You can be a little focused on yourself and only taking responsibility for yourself, because you're gonna be a little self-centered here. Just really thinking about only you. Saturn is all about practicality and rigidity and not really giving energy. It's not a really giving energy. And Leo is very warm and generous and giving and caring. So you're gonna be really stingy with that. You're gonna really hold on to that. You're gonna keep that close to your chest. You're like, not everybody deserves that. I'm not just gonna give that away. If you ever give that away, you know? You're like, I'm not gonna give freely of myself. You know, my time, my energy, my talents. You may hide your talents for multiple reasons, just feeling like people aren't worthy to experience your talents. You also may feel like people aren't going to acknowledge and respect your talents and care about your talents. It's kind of like a stage fright kind of thing with this one. Just like, I don't feel like people are gonna acknowledge me in the way that I want and praise me in the way that I want, so I'm just not gonna share this with you. Like, you don't deserve to see. And it's like the only time that you're really going to want to give it is when you get acknowledgement. So when people say, oh, you did such a great job, you're like, okay, I'll continue to perform for you. But other than that, you're like, no, sorry, honey, I'm not doing it. You're gonna really refrain from putting yourself out there. But I also want to remember that Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is all about yourself and your self-expression and just how you want to be a hero in your own story and just being there, right? But Saturn is all about limiting. Wouldn't you think that Saturn would try and limit your self-expression? So you're really just closed up. You're also putting restraints on yourself and limiting yourself with a Leo Saturn. You're gonna see that here. Remember, fixed signs are all about like kind of about your worth and stuff. Fixed signs do think about that a lot. And then Leo's sun and fire energy, it's like, it's really a selfish thing. So it's like you really worry about your self-worth. That's something that you're going to think about a lot. and worry like, hey, am I an actually special human being? Because, you know, Leos like to think that they're special. Leos are all about like, hey, I'm a special person. I understand other people are special, but like, I'm special, you know? And Leos are really about that energy. So Leo Saturn will really question that, like, hey, am I really special? Am I really different than the billions of people out here in this world on this floating rock? Yes, you're special. We all are. When it comes to rules and structures and authority, when it comes to authority figures, you're not a fan. Remember that fire energy, you're like, I'm not really about that. But also, as an authority figure, you can be a little bit people pleasing, Leo. A little bit like, hey, I want people to like me. You know how there are people who say, what is it? It's better to lead with fear than to lead with like favor, like people liking you. I feel like Leo Saturns are definitely people who are going to lead with having people like them. Having people say, hey, they are a good leader. Hey, they're fair. Hey, I like their energy. A little bit people pleasing in that sense. I don't know what that saying is, but I just know with a Leo Saturn, you're really going to be like, it's better for me, people to like me, and it makes it easier for me to rule them or have power over them, you know, when they like me. So, you know, there's that. When it comes to problems with the body or any ailments or illnesses, Leo rules the heart. So you may end up having heart problems throughout your life, or like high blood pressure, stuff like that is a possibility here. So that's all I wanted to say about Leo Saturn. So we're gonna go ahead to Scorpio Saturns. So with Scorpio Saturns, you're looking at somebody whose focus is always like deep and transformational emotions. Remember that Scorpio intense energy, that water energy of like emotional identity. And Mars is just intense energy, all wrapped up into Scorpio. You're gonna see Scorpio Saturns really clam up. Saturn isn't comfortable here. Like, it's not in detriment or fall, but it's not also comfortable here because this is like the deepest emotional water sign. So it's not really gonna be a fan of that. It's not really gonna be happy here regardless, because Saturn doesn't want to try and look at these deep emotional connections. So because of that avoidance, you might find that people with these placements aren't really open, aren't really wants to express themselves, because like a lot of their self-expression comes from expressing these deep emotions. So it's like, if you don't want to talk about them and Saturn doesn't really want you to look at them, what is there to talk about? You're not gonna really want to talk about anything too much, you know, or how you feel about things, which is your identity, how you feel about things. So that's something that you need to learn. That's something that you need to work out and figure yourself out with that. You may find that you're a little bit of a vengeful ruler. Remember that Scorpio is kind of that I want to get you back kind of thing. So when it comes to how you are, you're going to be very vengeful towards the people that slight you. You're going to really try and rule in a very manipulative way. You're going to assert yourself through manipulation. You're going to manipulate other people. You're going to manipulate the people that you hold power over. You're going to try to always hide your intentions. You're like, you don't need to know why I made this rule. You don't need to know why I try to build the structure this certain way. You don't really need to know, because it's all tying into my hidden intentions, whether the hidden intentions are personal or even still for the greater good. You're not divulging that information. You're like, y'all don't need to know. What y'all need to know that for? You don't. I noticed that when I used that brush for my powder under my eyes, kind of looked like it had a weird look under the eye. So I'm gonna see if it's because of the brush. So I'm gonna use the sponge this time, and if it doesn't happen, then I know that it's because of that brush. Like, it's not something that you can see in camera really well, but or even on pictures, but I can see it when I go up and I look, you know? I don't know where I got these brushes from, but these brushes snapped. These are the best brushes I ever got. I'm gonna look on Amazon. I think that's where I got these from. Oh, you're gonna have to learn how to take responsibility for your deep emotions. You can't, like, your deep emotions, and when people slight you and hurt you, because it's very easy to hurt you. You're kind of vulnerable, even though you try to act not like you're not vulnerable. But when people hurt you and slight you and stuff, that's when you become vengeful. It's like you have to take responsibility for what you do. Like, okay, that person hurt your feelings, but what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna be nasty, or are you just gonna get over it? And you have to take responsibility for that. Like, I understand that you have those deep emotions, but you can't allow them to make you do really mean things, you know? Like, that's not a valid excuse. Like, hey, they hurt me, so I have to be vengeful and get them back. I definitely have to. Like, there's no other option. There is another option. Leave them alone, you know? Another thing with, like, Saturn, with Scorpio Saturns, is like, you may get high in life, and when you do reach these authoritative roles, there may be a problem where you kind of lose that because of maybe secrets, scandals. Scandals are going to kind of ruin your life. Be careful with what you do, because anything that you do in the dark will be brought to light. Remember that Saturn does not play those games. You think those hidden intentions and those hidden secrets are going to stay hidden forever? No, Saturn will expose you. Saturn is going to expose the tea, and Saturn's like, I'm not even going to expose the tea when you are low. Like, I'm gonna wait till you are at your peak, and then I'm going to expose you, and you will fall. Like, you will fall. I will make sure that you fall. Because karma. I don't even feel like you can see my contour that well. I don't know. Next video, I'm gonna wear my contacts so that I can see. Because I think that's the problem. I can't really see. This is one thing that Morphe did snap on. Y'all know that Morphe snapped on that setting spray. Scorpio energy is just very tenacious, very persevering. You have Mars as your ruler. Like, what did you expect? You're really ambitious and you're going to go after what you want, but your downfall will always be any secrets that you have. Any skeletons in the closet, they are going to bring that out and hang it up like it is a freaking science class, okay? Don't play. So any health problems that come from a Scorpio Saturn, maybe really focus in your reproductive organs and sexual organs. So maybe chronic UTIs, possibility here. Maybe your penis is broken, who knows? What you have to structure, you're gonna really have to learn how to structure these deep emotions, even though it's like that's kind of impossible, because we all know that emotions are not tangible things that can be structured. Yeah, Saturn just doesn't have a good time in these water signs. clean up my brows real quick, and then we're gonna go into eyeshadow. Exciting. And we're also going to talk about Aquarius, the last sign. Well, it's not the last sign, but the last sign that we're going to be talking about in Saturn is going to be Aquarius, and we will do that in a second. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Okay, we are going to get started with eyeshadow. Let's get this all up on here. Yeah, I do not know what Rihanna put in this one. It's like she put honey, she put tape, she put super glue, she put Gorilla Glue, she put some weave glue up on here, she put some lash glue and some damn nail glue. The way that this holds, I'm scared to look up. So we are going to talk about this last sign being Aquarius, which Saturn rules. So yeah, Saturn rules Aquarius, and I think that you can just really see how Saturn has a role in Aquarius more, you know, because Aquarius Saturns, they are really about the rules. Yes, they are about the rules, but they're also about changing the rules if needs be. Remember that Capricorn is also ruled by Saturn, but Capricorn is earth energy and lacks perspective, whereas Aquarius has that earth energy, and it also has that water bearer energy, because Aquarius is known as the water bearer, so it does have that little emotional tie, that water tie to it. So it's pretty properly balanced. It's like, you know, I'm gonna stick to the rules just like how Capricorn would, but if these rules aren't serving the people anymore, I'm going to get rid of them. Because what's the point if the rules aren't helping people and the rules and the structures are outdated? Why keep them around? Capricorn is not gonna think around those lines of, hey, this is outdated. Capricorn is more so, hey, these are the rules and I don't know what you want me to do if you don't like them, and they don't help you because they're here for a reason. So, and that's another thing. The reason why you're so willing to look and say, hey, maybe these rules don't fit everybody, because you want the rules and the structures to allow people to still have freedom. You still want people to be able to move freely throughout these structures and throughout these rules, move freely and comfortably. So if you see any rules that are really going against people's personal freedom, you're tearing them down. If you see any outdated rules, you're tearing them down. The same thing goes for authority figures. You don't want old geezers to be upholding the law. You're like, what are you doing? You're about to die. You're about to go into the dirt. What business do you have ruling the future for people who are about to live for like the next couple of decades when you're gonna be gone at most in a decade? So it's just like, they aren't really going to support old rulership. So it's also, if you are somebody who co-signs old outdated laws, they're not co-signing you. They're like, nope, I need somebody new, I need somebody fresh. So authority figures who are really into a traditional, conservative, and just archaic way of thinking, if you think that Aquarius Saturns are going to have your back and going to say, you have missed the plot, you have sorely missed the plot, you have lost your mind. They're not really going to choose somebody. They're more so going to go with the person that the group chooses. They're like, you know what? It's very important that whoever reaches power or whoever gets power and stuff is somebody that the collective wanted to be in power. Whether that means it's me or somebody else, as long as it's what the group has chosen. And I feel like that can be representative in, you know how modern voting, there's the electoral college and then the, what is it? The votes, like popular vote. Oh, Saturn Aquariuses are definitely the type who are like, why do we have the electoral college? You should be elected based off of the popular vote, the votes of the people, the votes of the citizens, because who's the electoral college? Not the citizens, it's not everybody. So if you win the popular vote, they're gonna like, you should win because you're the one that the people want in power. You may find yourself feeling responsible for the group and making sure the group is good, making sure the collective is good, making sure the collective is always good. Problem here is you gotta also think about you and like what your personal wants are, because you are also part of the collective and you're also like an individual here. So you do have to reflect on, say like, what do I want? What do I want to focus on? Not everything has to be for the greater good. You can just do things because you're like, hey, I enjoy that. I don't even know if I told you guys what eye look I'm going for. I'm going for a smoky eye today, guys. Yeah, I'm switching it all the way up. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, focusing on more about you. So you're gonna have to learn how to be about yourself. You are always like, oh, you guys are rebels. You go against the code. You go against this. You go against that. You go against blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You guys can be rebels. You guys can go against the code. You can be innovators. But the thing is, you do have morals. You do, like, I don't want y'all, people need to stop thinking of y'all as like the Wild Wild West. You're not just doing whatever you want when you want it, you know? You have morals, you have codes, you have laws that you abide by. Really just like inner codes and inner laws that you abide by. I don't know why, but doing this is making me bust a sweat. All these lights make you hot. And I am already like a pretty like sweaty person in general. Oh, and the thing is, the laws, not the laws, but the moral code and the ethics that you have and the ethics that you stand for just may not be things that most people accept, or it's something that's not widely accepted or widely appreciated, or not everybody has the same morals as you, you know? And that's where the idea of you being a rebel comes from. You're just kind of going against what everybody says, I guess, which, yeah, it makes you a rebel or like different, but you're not lawless. Like, you're not without rules and structures. You're ruled by Saturn. Like, we are going in with some black now. Ooh, let's see. I hope this is cute, guys. Cause if it's ugly, I'm not deleting the video. Cause this was a lot of work. But I will be very sad. Oh, also, guys, you remember that weird texture thing underneath my eyes that I was talking about before? It is not here. So I think it's the brush that was doing it. I mean, you know, I keep packing on this black, but not blending it out. Gonna just use a nice fluffy brush. And then overall, when it comes to any like injuries that you may have, or injuries or ailments that you may have, definitely look towards your legs and ankles. You're mostly thinking more so below the knee kind of things, because when you think of your whole leg, your thigh and hips are mostly Sagittarius, and then you have your knee, which is Capricorn. Knees and joints overall are Capricorn, and then You're gonna think more so your lower legs with Aquarius, so lower leg problems. Maybe like a lot of Charlie horses in your calves. That's all I had to say about all the fixed signs. At this point, it's just gonna be me doing my makeup. So if y'all wanna see how this look turns out, keep watching. I don't really do smoky looks. I don't really do dark eye looks in general. You know, I thought that this would be a short video like with my makeup because it's really nothing much. I use a couple colors, but look at me. Look at me still taking a lot of time. You know, one eye is just always going to be better. You really just have to accept that. Then, you know, just gotta go back in with this like brown shade and soften it up a bit. You know, it's a process when it comes to blending. That's why sometimes mine doesn't look nice, because I'm impatient and I just want things to look cute immediately. And it has to be a little bit more black on the outer edge. So I'm just going to do some mascara and lashes off camera, and then I'll be right back to do my inner corner, my lips, and sign off. So I will be right back. Okay, so I am back, put my lashes on, did my mascara, also did my bottom eyeshadow underneath my eye a little bit. And we are just going to, you know, take my little blush. I was about to apply blush without looking at a mirror. Okay, Bianca. So we're going to apply my blush, because y'all know this is now my favorite part, honestly, of makeup. Is to just apply this cute old blush. And you know, I want to venture into different colors of blush, especially like the different colors of the Fenty cream, because I really like their blush, obviously. But I'm really stuck in my ways, you guys. If you have not noticed, I can be very stuck in my way. I'm very fixed dominant anyway, fixed energy dominant. Like my moon and my Venus are both fixed signs, so it's like once I like something, I really like it, and I get stuck in my habits and I don't really want to venture out. So that's why y'all be getting this, what color is this? Summertime wine. That's why y'all get summertime wine all the time, because this is the one that I like. But I know that I need to try something else. Y'all don't have to tell me. I really like putting my blush on my nose. It's really cute. Just, ooh, just add something. Once that's done, gotta do my lip. And we're gonna go with a brown eyeshadow. Sorry, I got distracted looking at myself. We're going to go ahead, put this gloss on real quick. Trying not to add too much, because it's very easy to get too much gloss on. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and set all of this goodness. Ooh! I can't even really see, but My blurry reflection looks cute in this mirror. Just go ahead and spray. And yeah. So with that being said, this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys think it's cute. I think it's cute, even though I can't really see myself. And I also hope that you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have these placements, I hope something I said resonated with you and you had an aha moment. If you got to this point of the video, then you might as well go ahead and watch my other videos. I have a lot of content. Go ahead and binge my content, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a friend that is into astrology, even if you don't, go ahead and tell your friends. So go ahead and tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch and enjoy my beauty and astrology channel, and that is on period. Pooh. So that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye.